If you want to learn English faster and learn English step by step, then this video is for you, because we are going to speak about one of the most useful ways to improve your listening and speaking skills, and that is graded reader. We will go through what it is, why you should use it, how you should use it if you are beginner, intermediate, or advanced level learner, and at the end we'll speak about some best graded readers for each level, which you can download for free, so stay tuned till the end of the video. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, where you can get all the learning material absolutely free, and we always try to bring you the most useful content, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. And now, let's start today's lesson. First of all, we need to understand what is graded reader. Well, a graded reader is basically a story or a text which has been simplified for language learners, so you can read and understand it very easily. Now, when we say that it is simplified, what do we mean by that? It means the vocabulary has been simplified, the grammar has been simplified, the structure of the text has been simplified, and it also comes with audio, so you can listen and you can read along with the native speaker. This is what makes graded readers so powerful. You can listen and you can read along at the same time, and this is one of the best ways to improve your listening and speaking skill at the same time. Now, what is the logic behind using a graded reader to improve your listening and speaking skill? Well, you know that if you want to become good at something, you need to spend a lot of time practicing it, right? It is true for any skill. Let's say you want to become a good pianist. You need to practice a lot. You cannot become a good pianist after just watching a few videos. Same thing applies to the English language. If you want to become fluent in English, you need to practice speaking English a lot. But here is the problem. Most of us don't have anyone to practice English with, right? We don't have a friend who can correct us, or we don't have anyone who can give us feedback, so we keep making the same mistakes again and again. Well, this is where graded readers come into picture, because they allow you to practice listening and speaking with yourself. Yes, you heard it right. You can practice speaking English with yourself using a graded reader. Let me show you how. Let's say you are reading this text, and you read it along with the native speaker. When you read along, you imitate the pronunciation. You practice speaking, right? And when you listen to the native speaker, you improve your listening skill. At the same time, when you read along, you might make some mistakes, right? And then when you listen to the native speaker, you can compare your pronunciation with the native speaker, and this way you learn from your own mistakes. This is the power of graded reader. You can practice listening and speaking with yourself, and you can learn from your own mistakes. I mean, isn't this amazing? This is why graded readers are so useful. Now, what kind of text should you read to improve your listening and speaking skills? Should you read newspaper? Should you read novels? Well, none of these. You should only use graded readers, because they are specifically designed to help language learners practice their listening and speaking skills. Now, you might ask, why should I read a story to improve my listening and speaking skills? Can't I watch a movie instead? Well, movies are great, but remember, we all learn in different ways. Okay. Some people learn better when they watch videos. Others learn better when they read a text. Personally, I learned English faster because I used to read a lot when I was young. Some people learn languages faster because they watch a lot of videos. It depends on how you learn. The point is, if you like reading stories, it's a great way to practice your listening and speaking skills. So if you are a beginner, what kind of graded reader should you use? You should use a book which comes with an audio CD, right? You read the story and you read along with the native speaker. If you are using a digital version, you can just play the audio online. So when you read along, you will be able to practice your pronunciation, and at the same time, you will be able to see the connection between the written word and the spoken word. It's like kill two birds with one stone. At the same time, you will be able to improve your listening and speaking skills. Now, how long should you read a story? Should you read it for 10 minutes every day or 30 minutes? There is no fixed rule. You should read as long as you are comfortable. For example, if you are a beginner, you might get tired after just 5 minutes. It's okay. You can take breaks in between. There is no need to force yourself. Just enjoy the process of learning English. Now, what if you finish the story? What should you do next? Well, there are two options in front of you. First, you can read another story. Second, you can just play the audio and try to listen to it without looking at the book. This will help you improve your listening skills. Now, what if you are an intermediate level learner? What kind of graded reader should you use? Well, for intermediate level learners, we recommend books like this one. It doesn't come with an audio CD, but you can simply play the audio online. Here is how you can use this book to practice your listening and speaking skills. First of all, you read the story, right? And you read along with the native speaker. While doing this, you will notice some new words. Make sure you understand the meaning of these new words. You can look up these words in the dictionary. Once you understand the meaning of these words, you can simply replace them with the words which you already know. This is how you build your vocabulary. By replacing the difficult words with the words which you already know. Once you finish reading the story, you can play the audio online and you can listen to it. Now you might ask, should I use a translator while I'm reading a graded reader? Well, it depends on your level. If you are a beginner, you should definitely use a translator because you won't understand many words. But if you are an intermediate level learner, you shouldn't use a translator. Instead, try understanding the meaning of the words from the context. Try understanding the meaning of the words from the context. Try understanding the meaning of the words from the context. Now, what if you are an advanced level learner? What kind of graded reader should you use? Well, for advanced level learners, we recommend books which come with an audio CD. This is how you can use this book to practice your listening and speaking skills. First of all, you read the story, right? And you read along with the native speaker. While doing this, you will notice some new words. Make sure you understand the meaning of these new words. You can look up these words in the dictionary. Once you understand the meaning of these words, you can try reading the story without using the book. After reading the story, you can play the audio online and try to listen to it without looking at the book. Now you might ask, why should I read a graded reader? Can't I watch a movie instead? Well, movies are great, but remember, we all learn in different ways, right? Some people learn better when they watch videos. Others learn better when they read a text. Personally, I learned English faster because I used to read a lot when I was young. Some people learn languages faster because they watch a lot of videos. It depends on how you learn. The point is, if you like reading stories, it's a great way to practice your listening and speaking skills. Now you might ask, why should I read a graded reader? Can't I just read a normal book instead? Well, a normal book is great, but remember, we are trying to improve our listening and speaking skills, right? And graded readers are specifically designed to help language learners practice their listening and speaking skills. That's why we use graded readers. Now, you might ask, what if I don't like reading stories? What else can I do? Well, you can listen to podcasts. Podcasts are also great to practice your listening skill. In the end, I would just like to say that graded readers are a great resource to practice your listening and speaking skills. You can use them to practice your pronunciation. You can use them to practice your listening skill. And you can even use them to practice your reading skill. So if you are stuck in your English learning journey, if you feel that you have reached the plateau, use graded readers to break through the plateau. And now it's time to give you some best graded readers. which you can download for free. Now, before giving you the list of the books, I would like to remind you that the best graded reader is the one which you enjoy reading. Don't just read a graded reader because it's a graded reader. If you don't like the story, you won't enjoy the process of learning English. So always choose a book which you would enjoy reading. With that being said, let's start with our list. So the first book on our list is The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. This book comes with an audio CD, and it's available for free on many websites. This is a fun story about a cat who comes into the life of two children and takes them on an adventure. The second book on our list is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. This book comes with an audio CD, and it's available for free on many websites. This is a fun story about a boy who finds a ticket for a tour of a mysterious chocolate factory. The third book on our list is The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. This book comes with an audio CD, and it's available for free on many websites. This is a fun story about a caterpillar who eats his way through a variety of foods before turning into a beautiful butterfly. These are just a few suggestions, and there are many other great graded readers out there. So don't be afraid to explore and find the ones that you enjoy the most. Happy reading!